Hi, this is Matt, ESC United. I'm so glad that you're here and that I'm here. It's been a while. We took a hiatus because it has been fairly quiet in the Eurovision world. But that gave us the opportunity to do a few things that were important to us, and that is a complete revamp of our website and our platform. So if you go to escunited.com, you will see that we have a completely new layout. We think it's more sleek, more clean, and just more modern. And we hope you like it. We also have two names now, if you think of it. We'll stick with ESC United, but we are putting an emphasis on the U part, the Y-O-U. So you can go to ESC United, U-N-I-T-E-D, or you can go to ESC United, Y-O-U-N-I-T-E-D, and they will both work. We also we changed our forum. I mean, we didn't change it. It just looks a lot nicer. At least most people think that. I'm sure not everyone agrees, but for the most part, we did a pretty decent job. And we're thrilled now, though, that that's done. And now we can focus on what's really important, Eurovision. So let's get this party started. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to address one thing. And we received a couple of requests throughout the last few months about our continuation of the live hangouts. We did that a lot in Stockholm throughout the time there, and people liked it. I enjoyed it, you enjoyed it, so why not continue? So starting either next week or the week after, because it's the holidays, so I don't know who will be available to join me, but we are continuing our live hangouts, and we're going to be doing that at least weekly, but as soon as the actual Eurovision season kicks into gear, we will do more than that. So we'll discuss national finals and everything's around Eurovision. So make sure to check back soon on escunited.com and to get updates. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. We'll have more information on that soon. But enough of that, let's dive into Eurovision and see what has happened over the past week. Alright, let's start with some sad news. Sara Alto did not win the X Factor. That's right. If you're one of those individuals who had no idea who Sara Alto was, don't feel bad. I had no clue either. Apparently, she's a very popular Finnish singer who participated in the Finnish national final twice and didn't win there either. She also took part in the Finnish The Voice season. I don't watch these singing talent shows, so forgive me if I'm a little bit clueless. And now she tried her luck in the X Factor, but this time in the United Kingdom. And apparently she impressed the judges. Then she came back as a wild card, and she was always the underdog, but she kept fighting and fighting and fighting and made it all the way to the end and finished second again. That's like her thing. Second place in The Voice, second place in the Finnish national final, and then second place on the X Factor. She did win over the hearts of the Eurovision fans, or at least a lot of them. Her insane popularity certainly took me by surprise, considering she never even made it to the Eurovision stage yet. But the Eurovision fans loved her regardless. So this just shows you don't have to take part in Eurovision to be part of the Eurovision family. So if you need a reminder as well, here is a short clip of her 2016 Eurovision effort, No Fear, which finished second. So Finland did not send this song to Eurovision. Instead, they chose Sancha, Sing It Away. And we all know how that all played out, finishing 15th out of 18 songs in the semis. A very disappointing result for Finland. Maybe they would have done better with that one. We'll never know. Now I have some actual sad news, and it's about the queen of Romani music, Esma Retsipova. She passed away about a week ago at age 73 after a short illness. She represented the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia in 2013 along with Lozano, and their song Pred da se razdeni didn't fare too well, finishing 16th out of 17 songs in the semifinals, therefore failing to qualify. But one thing you can say, it was a very different song, for better or worse. I don't think that kind of music, it is such a specific sound, and it was very foreign to a lot of people not from that area or that are familiar with that style. So just to get an idea what that song was all about, here's a short clip. What we sometimes fail to realize is the fact that some of these acts, including Esma, are huge stars in their country. So the fact that they were chosen to represent their country and that they accepted, it's a pretty big deal. This was a huge deal for Macedonia. And it's a sad loss. And on behalf of everyone on our team, and I know the entire Eurovision family, our condolences to Esma's friends and the family and everyone who loved and cared about her. It's a big loss, and we are very sad to see her go. Now let's talk about the host city, Kiev. I'm sure most of you are aware that there were a lot of rumors out there about Kiev's ability to host the song contest. Several media outlets, which includes fan websites as well as mainstream media, were talking about Kiev's lack of ability to host the contest. That included, not meeting certain timelines when it comes to the preparation, and that the EBU was very, very unhappy about that. There were even websites talking about Russia taking over hosting duties, which was obviously a lie and clearly fake news. But the point is, it became such a thing that the EBU actually had to come forward and comment on it. So they put up a video on the Eurovision YouTube channel and posted an article saying that even though there are concerns still out there, that Kiev is ready to host the contest, and they will host Eurovision in 2017. So that's all set in stone. And I'm really glad about it because I already booked my hotel room and I cannot get a refund for it. So, dodged a bullet there. Now, this is what Jon Ola Sant, the executive supervisor of the song contest, said in a statement. Over the last 2 weeks, a lot has been done from the Ukrainian side, both from the authorities and from NTU, which is the broadcaster. We are fully satisfied with what we have seen and what they presented to us in the meeting yesterday. This is from December 8th, by the way. I know there has been a lot of debate about this and a lot of speculations around this. We have had a firm and good dialogue, an open dialogue with NTU all the way. What they presented now was expected, and we're very happy to tick that off and make sure that we have the progression we need. This all started when the Telegraph started posting about it with a big headline, "Desperate Ukraine may not host Eurovision 2017 due to lack of funds." So a clickbait headline if you ask me, but they had a little bit more of detail in the actual article in terms of why this may be. Apparently some of the executives said that it's just too costly, and that there is a funding crisis causing this issue, which included the head of the country's national television company to resign. So multiple other media outlets, including fan websites, picked up on that, started talking about it, circulating it around the internet, and the media in general. So ultimately, the EBU had to come forward and discuss and address the issue, the elephant in the room, if you will. Now, I'm pretty confident that NTU will put on a great show. Unfortunately for Ukraine, they have to follow Sweden as a host. Nobody wants to follow Sweden as a host. They know how to put on a great show. And I'm not talking about the songs, because that's out of their control. But the production value, the hosting, and everything around it, it's just professional. And this contest in particular was praised highly. Great hosting, great songs, great act that brought Justin Timberlake, for crying out loud. So it was quite an impressive show. Now, the next thing we're waiting for are the slogan, the design, and the logo. So NTU better get into gear. I'm really curious to find out what they came up with. It's such an important and part of the contest, and I hope it's something catchy, but something original. So we shall see, but we'll keep you up to date, and we'll talk about this in particular during our next live hangout. So make sure to join us. That's not a reference to the 2014 slogan. It just kind of worked in, yeah, anyway. So let's talk about Eurovision 2017, because we have another act that was announced, and it's Ireland. Brendan Murray will represent Ireland in the 2017 Song Contest in Kiev. The Irish broadcaster RTE made that announcement. It was an internal selection, and famous music manager Lewis Walsh played a pivotal role in the decision-making process, according to Eurovision.tv. Now, this is what happened. The announcement was made on The Late Late Show, which in previous years hosted the Irish national final. Not in 2016 and 2017, because they went with an internal selection. But Lewis Walsh, who is Brandon's manager, has been given the task of finding a suitable song, and announced on that Late Late Show that the national broadcaster is seeking song entries for consideration by Monday, January 16th. Now, who is that Brandon fool? So Brandon has been a member of a boy band called Hometown since he was 17, and their first single, Where I Belong, became the fastest selling single from a debut act and the fastest selling single from an Irish artist in 2014. It reached number 1 in the charts in Ireland. They released other songs and also toured extensively in Ireland as well as the United Kingdom. So for now, let's take a listen. This is Where I Belong.
So wake me up and show me we're gonna be alright. You say you're feeling lonely, hey, I feel the same tonight. So come a little closer, I need you by my side. When everything goes wrong, you're where I belong.
Now I'm going to read you some of the comments that were left on our website right after the announcement was made. And I don't think they're too flattering, but let's see. First comment. Likely another year will pass with Ireland pissing on their Eurovision legacy. Oh dear. Next up. Sigh, what a lame choice. Once again, Ireland is desperately looking for the attention of the fanboys. Ouch. Next up, I have no high expectations. No, that's decent. I guess it's not the end of the world comment. But the next one, oh Jesus, Nicky Byrne was a total flop. So what do RTE decide to do? Go for a worse version of Nicky Byrne. They're not taking it seriously anymore, and I'm not expecting anything from this. Maybe we'll actually try in 2018, but I'll be very surprised if that's the case. So I kept scrolling and scrolling through the comments, and not a very good first impression by our readers, it appears. So we shall see. The song may change it all. You know, they could surprise us, but not the reaction that RTE was hoping for. Now, Ireland is the 6th country to announce the artist. The other 5 countries are Azerbaijan, Belgium, Cyprus, the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia, and the Netherlands. They all have already announced the act, but none of them have announced the song. But fear not, because Albania is coming to the rescue. Because in less than a week, actually, on December the 23rd, we will have a song and an act. Most likely because the Festival Ikengis will take place. And even though they often do a major revamp of the entry, we have something to look forward to, and I'm really excited. So that's it. That's your Eurovision week. A lot has happened, actually, and more is to come. As said, we're going to have the Albanian national final, if you will, Festivali Ikengis, coming up on the 23rd, and then on the 24th, the Armenian act will be chosen. Yes, they have the national final on the 24th of December. Go figure. So stay tuned. Make sure you're going to check in with us. We're going to have our live hangouts, and we're going to continue with our podcasts. And don't worry, it's not just going to be me talking all the time. This is just our first podcast to kick things off. And in the future, we'll have guests. You can join. We'll tell you more about that soon. In the meantime, make sure you stick around, and you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. ESC United is our handle or our name on all of those outlets, so make sure to like us, follow us, or whatever term you want to use. We'll also check the forum, our forum on escunited.com all the time. It's an easy way to reach us. So thank you for your time, and I'm sure you're just as excited as I am. I can barely contain myself. I am containing myself right now because I'm slightly exhausted. It's almost midnight where I'm at right now, so I'm gonna go to bed after this. So everyone, have a great week. Check back soon, and I'll see you around. Good night.